Hello, folks. Welcome back to the live stream. How's everyone doing? Thanks for tuning in. Barry Harris, pretty popular topic on my Patreon community. And I've been posting some more materials recently again as we head into the new year, and I'm asking folks what they're interested in and what they're working on. And Barry Harris comes up quite a bit. So I've kind of gone through some of the videos that are out there on YouTube and sharing some random things like the one I posted yesterday, the lesson on the back cycling on rhythm changes, the A section. I think that's a really interesting topic. Please check out the lesson. It's on Patreon, and I'll share a couple links and PDFs and stuff. But today I stumbled across his video lesson on the jazz standard, All the Things You Are. Hey, Joe, thanks for saying hello. Appreciate you. And I thought I'd just kind of talk about his. it's an interesting 8-minute video on Barry Harris, kind of talking about the Cmi7 chord on All the Things You Are. And if you don't know what he's talking about, that's okay, because that's what I'm going to kind of just interpret, because it could be kind of academic if you're just watching the Barry Harris lessons and are a casual jazz musician and may not know exactly, what Cmi7 is he talking about. But, my cat got me, so bleeding. We'll talk about that. So type in the chat. I'd like to see who's here, especially Patreon members. These video lessons are always intended, especially for the members who are in the community, as I'm trying to help sort through this stuff together. I'm going to load up the song All the Things You Are just to show you the chord progression, then we'll kind of see what Barry Harris has to say about it. Let's see. Type in the chat, and don't forget to do this if you are enjoying the live stream, because I'm going to be doing a lot of them. It's a dry January for me. I'm not gigging as much as I was in December, which was ridiculous, like 6 nights a week, 2 gigs sometimes a day. But it's kind of nice to slow down, and I can focus on teaching and presenting more lessons and materials for Patreon members in the community. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, cool. I'm here, by the way. I'm creating a sound slice for fun. I'll use sound slice for my teaching purposes and for practicing and for my own practicing as well. It's nice to see the music, and you can see it go by the screen, synced up, and all that stuff. So I'm just going to call this. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm just going to check the chat one more time to see who else is hanging out with us today. And anybody else here? Let's see. Dave, welcome. Dave from Colorado. You made it over to YouTube. Thank you. Thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share of the video, and then I have All the Things You Are side by side, so we can kind of just discuss and interpret what Barry Harris is talking about I've got the whiteboard right behind me as well, so I'll go ahead and hit the whiteboard as you guys might have some questions. And I know this is a live stream and not all my Patreon members can tune in, so I'll flip the camera around and record so you can see the whiteboard as well. But let's start off with this first. So what you're seeing here is the excerpt that I was just discussing, the 8-minute video lesson on Barry Harris talking about, is actually labeled on YouTube as Barry Harris, All the Things You Are, the Cmi7 chord, that he kind of focuses on the Cmi7 chord. But it's really not just about the Cmi7 chord. Really, the topic is to understand chords diatonic to the key center that you're in and how it functions and how one note can make a difference. And that's, he kind of starts off immediately as he's demonstrating with the piano player here. And I'll talk, don't worry, this also is a little chance for me to talk about All Things You Are, which is a super cool jazz standard and challenging one also.
Suppose you was playing All the Things You Are. Remember the D flat major goes to D flat minor?
Can you all hear him talking? Okay, in the comments, can you just let me know? Can you hear that? What I just played? Can you hear Barry Harris talking? If you don't mind just saying yes or no, turn it up. Anybody? Dave? Joe? Audio's good. Sweet. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Let's check it out. He's, when you're watching these academic videos, there's a lot of theory talk, and I know I talk shop talk all the time too. So I want to just kind of slow some things down and help interpret. Sometimes I'll just interpret what he's playing too, but in this case, I'm more just going to chat.
All the Things You Are. Remember the D flat major goes to D flat minor. Then it goes to C minor.
Okay, so let's talk about that first of all. So in All the Things You Are, this is on the. Let me see here. Good. This is on toward the end of the song here. The last. This, I'll just say kind of, if you want to call it sections, I would call it the C section. I didn't label it that way, but you have this. You have. Someday my happy arms will hold you. And then right here, he just says D flat major goes to D flat minor. And someday I'll know that moment divine. I might not be in the right key. But that's Cmi7, that's what he's asking. He's asking the piano player here, this portion, D flat major 7 to D flat minor 7 to Cmi7. So you have to understand we're in the key of A flat major at this portion. So we were just on A flat major 7 from F minor, the 6 to the 2, 5, 1, 4, minor 4. Okay, I'm kind of giving it away here. C minor is what number? It's the 3. That would be the Phrygian mode. The Phrygian mode has a flat 2 or the flat 9. So that's kind of going to be his major spiel. But that's what's going on, is that you got to know that this is the 3 chord. Because in jazz, when you see a minor 7 chord, what is common is to interpret it as the 2 chord, like it's going to be a 2-5. See, so Cmi7 would have an A natural, but we want that A flat. Okay, that's what he's going to talk about a little bit. Let's check it out and see what he says. But I just wanted to give you the backstory if you're wondering what is he talking about here. But type in the chat. I'm kind of curious because I want to help demystify or explain a little bit more clearly what Barry Harris is not kind of, showing. You can't see the sheet music on the screen, etc. So that's what my goal is, to help out with this. Here we go.
And All the Things You Are. Remember the D flat major goes to D flat minor. Then it goes to C minor. Play, that part. Da da, de da da.
Right there. Be da 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 da.
Do that. Yeah. now let me just show. Now let me just show you. No, let me just show you something. Now, see what you did at first. When you hit the C minor, you put a D natural in there.
Oh man, we love a D natural on a C minor chord. That creates a C minor 9. Okay, that's what Barry Harris is saying. He knew he was like Barry knew that he was going to add this piano player is going to add that 9 on because we love to add the 9 on minor chords. We, meaning jazz players, love that minor 9. And Barry knew that he was going to do that. Apparently, and he's going to talk about an Italian player who did that as well. In Barry's book, that is wrong. He's really listening to what players are doing right here. Okay, on this 3 chord. The 3 chord is the Phrygian. I call it Phrygian, third of the key, and the Phrygian mode has a flat 2 or flat 9. So you kind of have to be careful of that, and that's what he's going to talk about here. Let's listen.
Yeah. That's wrong.
That's wrong. That's wrong. It's a 3. Doesn't have a 9, has a flat 9 because of flat 2 of the scale, Phrygian mode. He doesn't talk about the mode, but
now let me tell you why it's wrong. Now, how many keys is a C minor 7th in?
So now he's going to go on and ask, when I'm going to stress this too, because I stress this a lot when analyzing songs, and and when you're looking at a chord progression, when you see a minor 7 chord. Okay, assuming you're in a diatonic major scale, when you see a C minor 7 chord, his question is, how many keys? Well, minor 7 could be 3 different positions. It could be the 2, the 3, or the 6. So if you have C minor 7, if C minor 7 was 2, we'd be in the key of B flat. If C minor 7 is a 3, which it is in all the things you are, we're in the key of A flat major. If C minor 7 is a 6, we're in the key of E flat major. You guys getting that? Let me know in the comments too if you're understanding that. This is very important when you're analyzing it, and it's very important for improvisation, but especially for analysis, is that you understand, how the chord is functioning. And you have to, even on a song, well, this song, but similar song is Fly Me to the Moon. When you see that first chord, A minor 7, you can't assume like, oh, that's a 2. I'm assuming we're in the key of C, of course, a stock key, the standard key for Fly Me to the Moon. But when you see that first chord, a lot of people assume it's Dorian, but no, it's Aeolian. It's a 6. So again, you just have to kind of be aware of the function of the key, where it's at, located in the key. Thanks, guys, for doing that. I appreciate the thumbs up. Let me know if you like these. I want to interpret this and help clarify. Again, Barry Harris can be very academic and heady if you don't understand the lingo and have the backstory on the basics, the diatonic key centers, etc. So this might be too fundamental for a lot of people, but who knows? I don't really care. I want to help explain this especially for my Patreon members, to have a solid foundation so that when you're watching these video lessons from the master, such as Barry Harris, that you understand what's happening and that you can, you can hang with the lingo, essentially. Okay. So, just to rewind, his question, and I just kind of help answered it. He's basically saying minor 7, how many of them are there in a key?
How many keys is a C minor 7th in?
How many keys? A minor 7 could be the 2, 3, or 6. That's the first thing that should go through your mind.
Now you got to tell me how many keys is a C minor 7th in?
I don't understand.
How many keys? Okay.
Yeah, apparently he's frustrated right here because people aren't yelling it out. It could be the 2, B flat. It could be the 3, A flat. It could be the 6, E flat. But again, this is very important stuff. And you can see he's like, tell me. He's going to pull out a cigarette.
No, in major scale.
So again, we got to go back to the major scale. The major scale, the 1 and the 4 are, and he's going to talk about this in a second. And this is kind of what the whole lesson is really about, this 8-minute. It's not even really about the C minor 7, whoever kind of initially did that title. It's really not about that, but it kind of is mainly just the importance of knowing the position of the chords when you see them for analysis and for embellishments. He's going to demonstrate, and also scales and stuff too for improv. You just don't want to assume, basically, is what he's saying, that when you see a minor 7 chord, that it's a 2 chord and you're going to play Dorian. You don't want to just default and do that, okay? Especially if there's a melody involved, because the singer might be singing that note, that you're gonna, if you're playing a minor 9 chord and it's on the flat 9, you're gonna clash. Another good example is the beautiful Joe Beam song, Corcovado. If you're in the standard key, there's a E minor 7 with the F natural in the melody. And if you're playing the natural 9, it's going to sound bad. So check out Corcovado for the folks on Patreon.
I don't understand.
How many keys? Okay, no, in major scale, major key. How many keys is a C minor 7th in? How many keys is a C major 7th in? How many keys is a major 7th in? How many keys is a minor 7th in? How many keys is a dominant in? How many keys?
So let's talk about that. He could have worded it probably a little bit differently, but that's okay. Basically, you want to know the key when you're in a key center. As I just kind of mentioned, the 1 and the 4 chord are the major 7. We're talking about major 7s and 7 chords. The 3 and 6 are minor 7. This is just basic chord theory, scale chord, major scale, harmonized scale, essentially. But it's so important. The 1 and the 4 are major 7. The 5 is dominant 7. That's what he's going to say here. The 2, 3, 6 are minor 7. And the 7 is half diminished, or minor 7, flat 5. And he's got a little spiel about that as well. But again, that's crucial. That's crucial for all you jazz guitar players, is that in the key of A flat, you can do this: major 7, A flat, B flat minor 7, C minor 7, D flat major 7, E flat dominant 7, F minor 7, G half diminished minor 7 flat 5, and back to, those are the diatonic chords in the key. And that's essentially what he's talking about here, what he's asking.
This is a minor 7 flat 5 in. Now you have to tell me that. You're supposed to know. Okay. Take a D minor 7. Tell me that. You're supposed to know.
See? He's like, you're supposed to know that. And yeah, I agree with him. If you're playing jazz, you got to know this stuff. You got to know, I'm going to say it again. 1 and 4, major 7. 5 is dominant 7. 2, 3, 6 are minor 7. And the 7 is half diminished. The leading tone chord, minor 7 flat 5, is half diminished.
Okay. Take a D minor 7. How many keys is that in?
Stop right there, you guys. So think about this, okay? D minor 7. You have a D minor 7 chord on the chart. You tell me how many keys. Write it, type it in. Just 3 letters. Tell me the 3 keys. Just do the same process. D minor 7 could be the 2 of what? Type it in. Chat, come on. D minor 7 could be the 2 of what? That's the first thing you should, when you see it on the chart, D minor 7, you should not assume that, thank you, Evan. Hey, Evan. You should not assume that you're in the key of C. That is Dorian. You got to be careful. This is kind of what he's talking about here. Is it the 2? Is it the 3 or the 6? So thank you, Evan. He said key of C. What about the 3? C minor. What chord did he say? D minor 7. What is D minor 7 the 3 of? Type it in the chat. Thank you, Joe. D minor 7 is the 6, the relative minor of what key? Someone else. That leaves you, David, unless someone else is watching and not participating in the chat. Consider this a little workshop right now, by the way. One more. D minor 7. Come on, it's the 6 of what key? And this is, again, what should be going through your mind when you see a D minor 7 chord on the chart. And you would only know how it functions because of the chord after it, really, or even in front of it, if you want it to be in that key center. I'll type it in since no one else is. It's okay. Oh, Evan, you got 2. Nice. Yeah, key of F. And I would make that a capital F, Evan, just so you know, because you got to be careful that if you put lowercase f, that can also mean minor when you're analyzing. So use capital letters for major and lowercase for minor. Let's go back to work.
Maybe it's in the key of C.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, his question is D minor 7, play D minor 7. What are the three keys? And again, this is stuff that is essential to your knowledge in jazz education.
F.
No, but it's not the key of G, though, is it? It would have to have F sharp in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the student said key of G. Maybe he was misinterpreting what Barry Harris was asking. Barry Harris had played D minor 7. What are the three keys? D minor, and this again, I'm reiterating this over and over because it's so important. D minor 7 could be the 2 of C. D minor 7 could be the 3 of B flat. D minor 7 could be the 6 of F. And that's the first thing that should be going through your mind when you see a D minor 7 on the chart.
The key of G. So now go back, start over again. You said it was in the key of C.
Yeah. Second.
It's the second. It's the second of C.
Yeah.
What is it? The third of.
Third of B flat.
Right, and the sixth of what?
See?
6 of F.
So now.
Good. So he got it right now. Took him. He maybe didn't understand what Barry Harris was talking about at first. D minor 7 could be the 2 of C, could be the 3 of B flat, the 6 of F. Now let's hear what Barry has to say about that.
Every time you see a D minor 7, you can't play me a D minor 7 in the key of C when it might be in the key of F.
See, so again, yeah, there's a big difference because key of C has a B natural, key of F has a B flat. And if you're in the key of B flat, you also have a E flat. That would make D Phrygian. So this is where we also learn our modes really well, hopefully. And you know the difference. To match the chord D minor 7, key of C, that's Dorian. That's how I think of it. Key of B flat is going to be Phrygian. See that darker? Aeolian is a 6. And then you would know you would sound correct. Now I got to tell you something Barry Harris does not talk about as a secret. Not really a secret, but it's very important. If you play the minor pentatonic, which is just one note more than the fourth degree added onto the seventh minor 7 chord arpeggio, if you played that, you would not have the modal notes, the 2 or the 6 degree, and then you're safe. So that's always kind of a safe little hack, just to play the minor pentatonic scale right on the root of whatever minor 7 chord you play. That way you can figure out how that minor 7 chord functions. Is it the 2? Is it the 3 or the 6? Don't forget to do this if you guys like this. And I'm not plugging my Patreon, but please join my online music community on Patreon. Follow the link in the description. There's over 6,200 posts. Joe will tell you how awesome it is. So will Evan. So will Dave. Who else is here? No one else. Indigo Lucky. I don't know you, but hey, do I know you? D flat minor 7 flat 5. That's yeah. Well, he's going to talk about the minor 7 flat 5, and I like how he talks about it because minor 7 flat 5. He's going to say it's a minor chord with the 6 in the bass. So let's listen.
Or it might be in the key of B flat.
Really, what
D?
Really, what D? Like if you said D flat minor 7 flat 5, it's an F minor chord triad. The 2 with the 6 in the bass is what Barry Harris is going to say.
Here, play this for a D minor 7. Play that right now. Play B flat major.
See, that would be the Phrygian mode there when you have that D minor 7 and you play B flat major scale. That would be treating the D minor 7 as a 3.
That B flat goes against that D flat D minor 7 because that's in the key of B flat. Now, if you was in the key of C, what would you play? Okay, now what would you play in the key of F? Remember that.
Yeah.
So that when you
you guys get it? I just did the quick demonstration on the guitar. By the way, my community is primarily guitarists, and everything I supply has tabs. Separately, I have a ukulele channel too, but that's different. But let me know if you're a uke player. You can join me on Tracy Kim Music Uke on Patreon. Ukulele, sorry. Let's check. Or actually, it's Tracy Kim.
Remember that.
Yeah.
So that when you see a C minor in the key of A flat, it's not necessarily the C minor 7 that's in the key of B flat.
So again, now he's going back to that C minor 7 here and all the things you are. See this one here. He said, okay, you see it on the there. Don't play it like it's Dorian. I mean, that's what he is. This is Barry Harris talking, don't play like it's Dorian. It doesn't have the D natural. It has a D flat. Okay? Think about that.
So I can't put a D natural in it necessarily. It's an A flat major scale.
See, so he's saying, hey, treat this as a 3, Phrygian mode. Okay? D flat. That's the second note, the flat 2 of the scale. The 3 chord to me is a beautiful substitution for the 1. And a lot of times you'll see it kind of as a, instead of a 1-6-2-5, you go 3-6-2-5. That type of substitution. Let's hear what else he has to say.
The only way you could.
Oh, you can also put the third in the bass. See, you could put A flat major / C minor. I'll play that for y'all just so you can hear how pretty that sounds. D flat major 7. D flat minor 7. Now we go to A flat major 7 / C. And then B dim. Is that nice? This is A flat major 7 with the C in the bass. And that's only one note different from C minor 7. So here's with the A flat. It's a little bit darker. So D flat major 7. I'm going to reharmonize this. Instead of C minor 7, I'm going to play A flat major 7 / C. But it's got that A flat in there. Okay? Not a D natural, but just so you can see that it's a sub for the 1. Then the B dim, 2, 5, 1. Let's see what he has to say about this.
You put a D natural in it. I'm allowing you to put a D natural in it. You got to be thinking of flat 5 of A flat. And if you aren't thinking of flat 5 of A flat, then you're doing it wrong. That's the only way you can put a D natural in there. Is a flat 5 of A flat. And it has to do something. It has to do something like. No, like, it's got to be A flat. Now you got to play A flat major scale. You do what I'm saying? See, yeah, let's like A flat major scale, I guess. No, A flat major scale with the D flat in it.
If you play an A flat major scale, the D flat, it has a D flat, right? But if you put it a D natural, then it's the Lydian mode. That's, again, I'm talking a lot about modes. That's how I like to interpret things. So the D natural in an A flat major scale, instead of D flat, would make it Lydian, and that changes the key to E flat because it's a 4.
Let me just show you an example of this. Watch. So you got to be real careful of that. Watch. Now, suppose I was going to play an intro in the key of A flat, and I wanted to start here. I'm in A flat. Now watch. What is that? Ain't that A flat major? Now watch. Now I just want to go to B minor to E. Now watch. Okay, so I'm gonna play intro.
There's a 3 there.
But see, when I play the C minor, what? You see what I mean? But you see, I'm playing A flat major. So this one would go like this. Watch. It doesn't go. It goes.
So again, he's emphasizing from the C minor 7 chord that we don't want to do this. We don't want to go to A natural. We want to go to A flat instead of at least he's not. That's what Barry Harris is doing. He's staying diatonic to the key.
See. But that's now How many keys is a major seventh in?
So now he's just to go on a little bit further. I know we're talking a lot about this theory stuff here, but now let's just play this game and just go through this again, how important it is to know your diatonic chords, seventh chords in the key, the major scale. Again, to review, if you see a minor 7 chord, this is the moral of the lesson. You got to know that it could be the 2, 3, or 6. Now Barry Harris is saying, okay, let's just see how these guys know they're the diatonic harmonized scale. If you see a major 7 chord, how many keys? It could be the 2, it could be the 1 or the 4. Okay, so that's kind of, again, now let's listen to see what he says here.
You know, but that's now, how many keys is a major seventh in?
So again, it could be the major 7 chord, it could be the 1 or the 4. So if he names a chord, letter name that is, then we got to think about the 2 key.
C.
F. No. G.
G. It's in 2 keys.
Yeah, so C, he's talking about C. So C major 7 could be the 1, it could be the 4 of G. And the difference is either F natural or F sharp. Ionian versus Lydian.
Keys. Okay, Franz, we have to make sure that they know a minor seventh is in 3 keys, a major seventh is in 2 keys, a dominant seventh is in 1 key.
Dominant 7 is the 5, okay? And we're not talking about secondary dominance, but still it would be the 5 if it was functional in dominant 7.
Yeah.
We're talking about the major scale again. If we're in a minor key, then dominant 7 would still be the 5, but you'd be in the harmonic minor scale or the melodic.
7 flat 5 is in 1 key.
Melodic minor has 2 dominants, by the way, so that's why we're just talking about the harmonic, the natural, the major scale.
So that if
and then he said minor 7 flat 5 is in 1 key, by the way, that's the 7. But listen to what he talks about that.
You had a B minor 7 flat 5 with your left hand.
I was going to talk about B minor 7 flat 5, the 7th chord of the key of C. But let's hear what he says about this.
With your left hand. You know it's C major. You would have to play C major scale.
So he's playing B minor 7 flat 5, and he's playing the C major scale, just diatonic.
And then you change it to the E7 that it goes to. Well, see, you did the last part would be the E7 because you wouldn't even get the E7. Watch.
So right there, he hits that B minor 7 flat 5 chord, and he runs right down the white keys on the piano, which is key of C. So he just knows that's all key of C, just right down the piano. On the guitar, it's not that easy because we don't have white keys, so you just have to know your. You have to know your scales. Everywhere key of C. To do that, and it's just diatonic to the key of C, and then he does E7. I would play harmonica minor. He has a different name for that, but that's not really the point of this portion. But he's going to talk about what a minor 7 flat 5 chord is. It's just a minor triad with a 6 in the bass.
See, it's all this. See if I was playing a song.
He goes off into Embraceable You a little bit here. Let's just listen for fun.
But that's right. You know that you have to know it. First thing you have to know that.
I don't know what key he's in. But he basically he was purposely waiting for that minor 7 flat 5 chord. Then he just ran up the white keys. Oh shit! In that excerpt there.
I won't say that there's no half diminished, but Baldwin. I used to say that there wasn't any such thing as a half diminished until he corrected me. But now I'm gonna tell you what Monk used to say. Okay, Monk would never call it a half diminished, and he would never call it a minor 7 with a flat 5. He called it a minor with the 6 in the bass.
That's hard to think of minor 7 flat 5 chords. When you see F sharp minor 7 flat 5. I'm just going to go off on this topic for a quick second here. You see F sharp minor 7 flat 5. We all know it's F sharp minor 7 flat 5 like this. But it's if you put it here like this, see, here's A minor. Put F sharp, the 6 in the bass. So now it's A minor 6. A minor with a 6 in the bass. That's called F sharp minor 7 flat 5. So I always demonstrate, especially from my gypsy jazz students, because we play a lot of minor swing. You have A minor 6, A minor 6, A minor 6, all these A minor 6 inversions. But when you're playing a song like Autumn Leaves, right here, that's A minor 6. So you just kind of connect those minor 6 chords. And that's a great way to think about it. And then when you're soloing on F sharp minor 7 flat 5, you're just playing A Dorian or A melodic minor, because it's F sharp minor 7 flat 5 is the same as A minor 6, same 4 notes. So that's important. A lot of my students used to ask, I don't know what to do on minor 7 flat 5 chords. You have F sharp half diminished. I say, well, what would you typically do on A minor 6? They're like, oh, I would do blues or A Dorian, whatever. Just they know what to do on A minor 6. Well, just do all that on F sharp half diminished. It's the same 4 notes, you know what I'm saying? So that's important to know. Let's check out what Barry has to say about that. We'll go on a little bit more here. Thanks for the advice. Uh-oh, am I getting some feedback? Uh-oh, am I getting some feedback? Uh-oh, am I getting some feedback? That's weird. Let's see. Sorry about that. I heard myself. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean,
F minor, put the 6 in the bass. Now, you don't need the D up here. Just play a F minor.
Right.
See that?
This one.
That's F minor with the 6 in the bass.
And then you can D.
Because you find.
Sorry, can you hear me? I've got bad connection right now. Can you guys hear me okay? Anybody? Hello? Can you hear me? Thanks, Joe. Okay, awesome. Let's give, it was just frozen the page. Hold on. Let's just wrap this up and see what he's talking about here. I'm curious to see where he's going with this. He's talking about minor 7 flat 5 chords. In this example, F, no. What chord did he say? Just say, yeah. I don't know what chord he just said. Let's see. I forgot what he said.
You cannot think that every C minor 7th is the same. You can't think that every major 7th is the same. Because if it's a major 7th in the Monk would never call it a half diminished. And he would never
diminish.
F minor, put the 6 in the bass. Now, you don't need the D up here. Just play a F minor.
That's a D minor 7.
That's F minor with the 6 in the bass. Because you find minor 4th. A minor 4 goes to 5, and then it goes to.
Let's talk about what he just said there. Minor 4 goes to the 5, then it goes to the 1. So, for example, here's F minor, triad. If we put the 6 in the bass, we have D. Because if you think about what the 6 is of F minor, F, A flat, C, D is the 6. You put 6 in the bass, D. So do this. You can do it like this. Here's F minor triad, just simple 1, 1, 1, 1. And put a D in the bass, like this. That's F minor 6 or D minor 7 flat 5. So what he's talking about here is instead of thinking of it as a 2-5-1, you can think of it as 4-5-1. So in this case, it could be F minor 6, then G7, and then probably C minor or C major, whatever you want, the resolution. So 4-5-1 is the same as 2-5-1. but it's a 4, the minor 4, right, with the 5th and the 6th and the bass. Let's listen to what he says here. Sorry, I think I'm having a little bit of
5, or goes to 5, and then it goes to.
It goes to the it goes to the 1. Here, I'm not sure what's going on with my video here.
It's a real good pianist in Italy, real good piano player.
Well, he gets a little sidetracked about this Italian.
You cannot think that every C minor 7th is the same. You can't think that every major 7th is the same. You know, because if it's a major 7th if it's a major 7th in the key of C, it takes a C major scale. That's the way you would do it. But now, if I was in the key of G, I would say, see. Now, but if I'm in the key of C.
Similarly, as I mentioned on the minor modes and the pentatonic, you can play the pentatonic scale, C major penta. The major penta is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It does not contain the 4 or the sharp 4 for that matter. So you're kind of safe. However, you're missing kind of that beautiful modal note that he's demonstrating there on a C major. If you're in the key of C, you have an F natural. If you're in the key of G, then you want that F sharp. Okay? So again, that's, those are the important things to know, those modal notes. And it really depends often on the song that you're in and the melody. Don't worry, guys, we're about done. I know it's late for many of you, and I appreciate you hanging out with me as I just chat about some Barry Harris teachings.
But they're just different things. In some kind of way, we really have to find this out. It's not that I've known this all the time, but I know it's one thing that all the pianists should know. You should know that a minor 7th is in 3 keys. Figure out what key you're in. If you said dee da da dee.
So that's where we're going to end, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me on this topic. If you enjoy these, let me know in the comments. I'm, kind of just going by different things that I think are fun to discuss, some very important theoretical concepts that I am teaching here on Patreon that I think are valuable to know, and really just some fundamental things too. His teaching can get quite advanced, his teachings, but I feel like there's so much to discuss, just even in a lesson like today's lesson about the diatonic 7th chords, kind of disguised as the 3 of all the things you are, right? Check out the song Corcovado. You'll see also what I'm talking about, where you want to hit that E minor 7 without the natural 9 in Corcovado. But I'm going to go back in time for the next few lessons on the Barry Harris. I'm going to actually go back and wrap up that back cycling on the A section to rhythm changes. I'm going to share some more examples on Patreon too. So be sure to join me on Patreon if you guys haven't already. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day. Good night. We'll see you next time. Cheers.